And that exhibition, The Heart of the Great Alone, opened on the 21st of October and continues until the 22nd of April next year. Now, in a similarly intrepid spirit, we sent Michael Smith to explore the cultural landscape of Birmingham, recently voted the most boring city in all of Europe.
Birmingham's a blank in me mind, a blind spot in the heart of Middle England. It's been voted the most boring city in Europe by TripAdvisor's travel website, shunned by the Lonely Planet guidebooks, and has even lost out to Londonderry for the coveted title of City of Culture. There's a restless and unsettled quality about Birmingham, like a place that's never really worked out what it is. It's quite a bewildering place for a visitor. It's this messy, formless confusion of different styles. You get the Industrial Revolution torn down to make way for 60s brutalist high-rise and motorways. And then that failed future gets torn down to make way for this quite bland and sterile millennial architecture. The soul's been squeezed out of the centre of Birmingham. Even artist Gillian Waring's new project to find a Birmingham family to be the face of the city is currently being exhibited in this corporate hotel. And when it's done, the bronze sculpture of the family will be plonked outside yet another new building, the generic transparent box of the library. Bored tourists would never find it, but you can escape the oppressive blandness and find art hidden away in the dilapidated buildings just east of the city centre, in Digbeth. The young art scene's adopted lots of the old unloved spaces, and the abandoned Curzon Street Station has been taken over by some very strange machines. The artists have responded to the space with pieces inspired by trains, machines and the mechanical process. Tape cassette recorders whir and clunk, machines project cosmic light, and old camera lenses frame city ephemera. The exhibition chimes perfectly with the industrial messiness of the city. Messiness is in Birmingham's DNA. It was once known as the city of 1,000 trades, and teemed with small-scale workshops. Digbeth was the crucible of industrial Birmingham, where this confusion of workshops clustered. The 21st century version of this are the small artist studios and galleries gathering here cheek by jowl with the remaining industry. There's loads of odd art pieces tucked away in Digbeth. This is a piece of sonic graffiti that was commissioned by a local gallery, and it's activated. I'm going to touch these 2 points. The sounds all come from the motorcycle repair shop next door, and it's interesting to think that the sounds of the city that inspired heavy metal are also inspiring works like these. Eastside Projects run one of the biggest galleries in Digbeth and opened 3 years ago. Brummy sausage art. So Birmingham's been voted the most boring city in Europe since a few years running. Why do you think it still has that reputation when there's all this going on?
Well, I mean, I don't know, partly maybe if you ask a stupid question you get a stupid answer, but it's a pain in the arse that Birmingham is the stupid answer. I mean, I left Birmingham when I was a kid because I didn't think it was interesting. I thought it was a boring city, but I moved back 5 years ago because I think it's something else now.
What do you think's distinctive about Birmingham's art scene?
Well, what I thought was weird about the city in a way is it's such a massive city and it never really had an art scene. So we try and learn from something like Glasgow. We've learned from seeing scenes arise in Manchester or Newcastle. I think we can be really ambitious because it could grow. You know, in principle, the city could support a massive art scene.
The creative enclave of Digbeth seems very much in tune with that self-effacing and independent Brummie spirit. For a second city, there's always been something strangely humble about it, just quietly getting on with things and not really feeling the need to shout about itself. To me, Digbeth feels like a grassroots DIY antidote to all that's gone wrong in the city centre. You've just got to know where to look. Hiya.
Hiya, you're right.
It's totally intriguing, this Project Pigeon. Is it quite a strong Brummie tradition then? Pigeon?
Yeah, definitely. Birmingham and the Black Country. Within a 3-mile radius of this pigeon loft, there's 45 competitive pigeon
right,
flyers.
Do you race them?
Yes, I race in a local pigeon club, the Aston District, and there's also a lot of local artists and galleries that sponsor pigeons as part of our syndicate.
How do you make art with pigeons?
Well, I curated an exhibition for which the pigeons carried artworks from different locations across the country, from different artist studios, carrying little World War II message tubes and USB sticks with videos on and GPS systems, and the pigeons came in delivering the artwork. So the exhibition was actually in their pigeon loft.
Do you think the art scene in Birmingham's particularly distinctive then? Is it unusual?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's really exciting and really edgy, and you can do things in Birmingham that I don't think you'd be able to do in other parts of the country. Like, I could never imagine keeping pigeons under a viaduct in the centre of London.
Can I see one of the pigeons then?
Yeah, sure. I'll get you one of the parlour rollers. It's called that because it does backflips along the floor and doesn't actually fly.
All right. So you bowl them like a bowling ball?
Like a bowling ball, yeah. So I'll just...
We're 5 minutes from the city centre here, but we may as well be in a different little world. It's ridiculous to say that Birmingham's the most boring city in Europe. I think Birmingham's boring if you're boring. But if you don't want your culture spoon-fed, if you're a bit more adventurous and willing to go off the beaten track, it's all here waiting for you to discover it.